The days after the truth is revealed to him are a blur. He's caught in a maelstrom of guilt, fear, and disbelief. The weight of what he's done, of the lives he's ruined, including his own, hangs over him like a dark cloud. Every moment spent in her presence now feels like a reminder of his past mistakes. The woman he once saw as his property, a pawn in his game, has become the force that is unraveling everything he's built. The power he thought he wielded so effortlessly is slipping through his fingers, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. The empire he built, brick by brick, on the backs of others, is beginning to crack. He can feel the tremors of failure, the subtle but unmistakable signs that his world is crumbling. His business decisions, once calculated and masterful, are now being undermined by forces he can no longer control. The people who once catered to his every whim are now turning away, questioning his authority, his judgment. At the board meetings, he's met with cold stares, passive-aggressive comments, and the silent disapproval of those who once revered him. His position of power is no longer secure. He's no longer the titan of industry, the man who could make or break careers with a single phone call. Now, his every move is watched with suspicion. His actions are scrutinized by those he once controlled, and it stings. It gnaws at him. His thoughts are fractured, scattered. In the dead of night, when the weight of everything presses down on him, he can't escape the truth. It haunts him. The silence between him and his wife is suffocating. When they are together, she never speaks. She simply watches him, her gaze steady, unwavering. The woman he thought he understood is slipping further and further from his grasp. The guilt gnaws at him like a ravenous beast. He can't shake the images of her father, the man he destroyed. He can't stop thinking about the hurt, the betrayal that is caused. And it's not just his wife who's suffering now, it's him, too. He sees the cracks in his own life, his own psyche. His thoughts are fragmented. His mind races in a constant state of panic. The luxurious penthouse that once felt like his kingdom now feels like a gilded cage. But what makes it worse is the fact that she isn't reacting the way he thought she would. She isn't angry or vengeful in the way he expected. No, she's colder than that, more calculated, more dangerous. She isn't trying to destroy him with fiery wrath, she's methodically dismantling his life, piece by piece. And the worst part is, he can't do a thing to stop it. She no longer plays by his rules. She has stopped being the obedient wife he thought he had under his thumb. She's taking control, slowly and methodically dismantling everything he once held dear. Every move she makes seems deliberate, every word she speaks laced with a quiet but undeniable power. She no longer reacts to his commands with fear or compliance. Now, she reacts with disdain, with a cold, calculating detachment. She holds all the cards, and he's powerless. He tries everything to regain some semblance of control. He tries to apologize, to make promises, to do whatever it takes to fix the situation. He offers her everything he can think of, luxury, power, whatever she wants. He thinks that maybe if he gives her what she desires, she'll forgive him. He convinces himself that all he needs is a little time, a little more effort. But nothing gets through. No matter how many times he tells her he's sorry, no matter how many grand gestures he makes, it's as if she doesn't even hear him. Each attempt feels more futile than the last. He buys her expensive gifts, jewels, vacations, whatever he thinks will make her forgive him. But she doesn't want the gifts. She doesn't want his money, his power, his material possessions. She doesn't want him. She wants something much deeper, something he's not capable of giving. She begins to take over more and more of their business dealings. He starts receiving phone calls about decisions he's no longer a part of. She's slowly pushing him out of the empire he built. She's not doing it with a hammer. She's doing it with subtlety. A change here, a change there. A decision in the boardroom that leaves him with no voice. An investment she makes that he never sees coming. Slowly, she's taking control of everything he once had, dismantling it piece by piece. He realizes, with a sinking feeling in his stomach, that it's already too late. His desperate attempts to regain control only reinforce how powerless he has become. The more he tries to fix things, the more he loses. Every time he tries to exert control, she slips further away from him. It's as if he's lost her completely. Her calmness, her composure in the face of his failures, is maddening. There's no sign of the woman he once knew. The obedient wife who lived to please him, who existed solely for his desires, is gone. She's become something else entirely, a force he can't control. He watches as she moves through their world with an ease he can't match, while his left fumbling, desperate for a way back into her good graces, but realizing the truth, there is no way back. The psychological toll this takes on him is unbearable. He's not just losing his wife, his empire, and his power, he's losing himself. The man he once was, the man who controlled everything, is slipping away, piece by piece. He feels like he's being eaten alive by his own guilt and fear. Every day feels like a struggle for survival. One evening, he watches her from across the room, her back to him. She stands near the window, looking out at the city as if she's already left him behind. The woman who once depended on him, who once clung to him, is gone. The woman standing before him now is not the same. She's a force to be reckoned with, a woman who no longer needs him. And in that realization, something inside him breaks. The desperation rises within him. He walks toward her, his step slow, his breath shallow. He's hoping, praying, that maybe, just maybe, he can make her see how sorry he is. But when he reaches her, she doesn't turn. She doesn't look at him. She doesn't acknowledge him at all. "I'm sorry," he says, his voice cracking. "I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to fix this." Her response is simple, yet it stabs him straight through the heart. It's too late for that. The words echo in his mind as he stands there, completely shattered. He's tried everything to regain control, but now he sees the truth. The woman he tried to break is the one who holds the power, and he's powerless to stop her. The final blow has been delivered, and there's no coming back from it. The consequences of his actions are irreversible. The empire he built is crumbling. His wife is no longer the woman he married, and the man who once ruled everything is now nothing but a shadow of the person he once was. There is no redemption. There is no escape. He's been destroyed, and all he has left is the realization that it was his own greed and arrogance that led to this downfall. The silence between them is suffocating. The tension is palpable, thicker than the silence of the empty room. The opulent penthouse, once a symbol of his success, now feels like a prison, a place where his fate has been sealed, and there's no escape from the consequences of his actions. The city lights outside twinkle like a mocking reminder of everything he has lost. The man stands across from her, his heart racing, his palms slick with sweat. His mind is a jumbled mess, torn between guilt, desperation, and rage. He knows this is it, the final confrontation. Everything they've been through, every lie, every betrayal, every subtle manipulation, has led to this moment. This is where the game ends, and the consequences become inevitable. She stands with her back to him, facing the window as she always does. He's learned to hate that posture, the way she always seems so calm, so detached, so sure of herself. It's as if she's already moved on, and he's just the last chapter of a book she's finished reading. Her posture, her silence, it's all too much for him now. It's unbearable. His breath hitches as he steps forward, and he speaks, his voice low but firm. "What do you want from me?" He's asked this question so many times, but now, in this moment, it feels different. It's no longer just about control or manipulation. He's past that now. Now, it's about survival. It's about saving whatever shred of dignity he has left. She doesn't turn around. "I want nothing from you," she says softly, almost absently. Her words send a chill through him. It's not what he wanted to hear. It's not what he needed to hear. He wanted a chance to fix things, but she's not giving him that chance. She's already moved past him, and he's still stuck, clinging to a broken version of the life he thought he could control. He steps closer, his voice rising in desperation. "I know what I've done to you. I know I've hurt you, and I'm sorry. His words falter, and he can feel the lump in his throat as if the weight of his guilt is choking him. She interrupts him, her tone icy. "Sorry won't fix anything. It's too late for that." The finality in her voice hits him like a physical blow. She's made up her mind. There's no turning back from this. No apology can change the course they are on now. And then she turns to face him. Her eyes are calm, but there's something in them now, something darker, something more knowing. She's not the broken, vulnerable woman he thought he had under control. She's stronger than he ever imagined, and now, for the first time, is fully aware of it. The power has shifted entirely. He's the one who's vulnerable. He's the one who's broken. You never understood me, she says, her voice cold, almost detached. You thought you could manipulate me, break me, control me, but you never saw who I really am. You never saw the truth. He opens his mouth to speak, to defend himself, but she raises her hand, silencing him. I don't need your excuses. I don't need your lies. Her voice trembles for the first time, but it's not with fear. It's with something else, something that feels like release. You think you've won, don't you? She continues, her gaze unflinching. You think because you've forced me into a situation I didn't want that you're the one who's in control. But all you've done is show me who you really are. The words sting, and his face tightens. The weight of her accusation settles in his chest, heavy and suffocating. Is not the man he thought he was. Is not the man he wanted to be. Is not the man who's in control of anything. She walks slowly toward him, her steps deliberate, measured. The room feels smaller, and every step she takes makes the walls close in a little more. He stands frozen, unable to move, paralyzed by the truth she's unveiling. He's always been the one to have the last word. He's always been the one to walk away victorious. But now, in this moment, he realizes that she's already won. She's already taken everything from him, his power, his control, his dignity. The realization hits him like a freight train. He's been so blind, so consumed with his own arrogance and self-importance, that he never saw it coming. He never saw her as more than just a pawn, but now he understands. She's not just a victim. She's the one who's orchestrated everything. She's played him, manipulated him, and now he's left with nothing. I loved you, he says, his voice breaking, his eyes filled with anguish. I thought you were everything. But I was wrong. I've ruined everything. She stares at him for a long moment, as if assessing him, reading him, and then, slowly, a small, almost imperceptible smile touches her lips. It's not a smile of triumph. It's something else, something far more dangerous. You didn't ruin anything, she says, her voice softer now, but still cold. You just revealed what was already broken. He doesn't know how to respond. He can't speak. He can't move. His mind is reeling, spinning in a whirlwind of emotions, but none of them seem to matter. The damage is done. There's no coming back from this. The man he once was is gone. The empire he built is shattered. The woman he thought he controlled has broken him completely. And in that moment, he realizes the ultimate consequence of his actions. He's lost everything. The world he built is falling apart, piece by piece, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. His business, his wealth, his power, all gone. And now, his marriage, the very thing he thought he could salvage, is beyond saving. She's the one who holds the power now. He's been destroyed by his own greed, his own arrogance. And as he stands there, broken and powerless, he understands, perhaps too late, the true cost of his actions. He's no longer the man who thought he could control everything. He's a broken man, forced to live with the consequences of his greed and arrogance. And now, there's no one left to fight for him. The final blow has been struck. The game is over, and he's lost it all. The scene fades to black, leaving only the sound of the distant city below, the sound of a life shattered beyond repair. What started as a game, a wager to test power and control, ended in total devastation. The man who thought he could bend everyone to his will, the one who manipulated and controlled those around him, found out that the game he started was one he could never win. His world, built on arrogance and ego, crumbled before his eyes as he lost everything he thought was important, his wealth, his power, and, most painfully, his love. Power, control, and manipulation, all the tools he once wielded with such ease, were revealed to be nothing more than fragile illusions. In the end, the real consequences of his actions came crashing down on him. His wife, the woman he sought to control, emerged as the true force, the one who had the last laugh. She turned the tables on him in ways he never could have anticipated, and now he's left with nothing. The question that lingers is, will he ever recover from this destruction? Can someone so consumed by their own ego and hubris ever find redemption, or is he doomed to live with the guilt of his actions forever? The truth is, for some people, the cost of manipulation and deceit is too great to undo. But maybe Just maybe, there's still a small chance for him to learn, to change, if he can find the strength within himself. What do you think? Can someone like him change, or is he doomed to live with his guilt forever? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you seek redemption, or would the weight of your actions destroy you for good? And if you want to see more thought-provoking stories like this one, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. There's so much more to uncover, and we don't want you to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.